Hi, it's Nancy. By now you're starting to get the feeling this is my favorite nightgown, and I guess it is. It's my go-to nightgown when things aren't cool. And things aren't cool in the Lydell house. We're all sick, except Gene and JJ, but he's being such a snot that I'm starting to think that he's sick too. And that's fine. We don't get it over with all at once. I'm looking for my lip balm. Okay. So, I got a phone call from the nurse at the middle school today. Gene's been absent a lot. He's failing his classes. Not from the absences, but is it possible that your child has Tourette's syndrome? Is it possible that your child has ADHD? Is it possible that you didn't read his 504 plan? And that we've had that in there for over a year? And that he's diagnosed with letters and medicated? Is it possible that you don't know what you're doing and you're losing my son in the process? I'm tired of advocating for the kids constantly. It's not me against the school. It doesn't work like that. Because at the elementary level, it's me with the teachers advocating for the boys. But middle school is this different animal. I was told it was going to be better. Easier to get him help. It's not. His teachers don't even know he has an issue. I asked for an IEP over 30 business days ago. And by law, they have to give him one. Even if he had one last year. They did try to talk me out of it, but he slipped. Pulled him in here and we got his dad on the phone. Talked about it. And I looked at Gene and said, "What do you think the answer is?" He said, "Mom, they tease me. And I know that he's supposed to be a man and get over it, but I was teased in school. I had my hair lit on fire in the bus in 8th grade. I was pushed down a flight of stairs after my mom died by some idiots who were friends with the guy who hit her sister, who had nothing to do with it. She had nothing to do with that. It was friends of hers that were sort of, I don't know, boys that thought they could impress her by hurting me. And I didn't make it any easier on anyone. I was a crier. I stubbed a pollywog in 6th grade, and Mike Kelly said I ate it. I didn't, of course, it's something about my shoe. But instead of saying, "Yeah, right, I ate a pollywog," what are you going to do about it? Do you have the guts to eat one? I freaked out. Oh, of course I didn't eat it. So at my graduation, somebody yelled out pollywog. And they call my son Twitch. And last year it was fun because it was his dear friends that were doing it. And he was kind of proud of it. But this year it's a bunch of other kids who are using my son's Tourette's to bolster their self-image. And Gene is strong. He is the strongest kid. He is so good when he wants to be. He is if his birth mother could see him, she'd be so proud. And he's suffering the identity crisis that all adopted children suffer. You know, who am I really? Where did it come from? I don't look like my parents, and in his case, no, he doesn't at all. I kind of look like my mom. I should post a picture. I've got a really nice one of her and I on my dressing table. Anyway. Gene said, Mom, I want to home educate. Now homeschool, home educate. I've been looking it up on the internet today, and I think I can do it. And I said, I don't know if I can, son. Because I tried it with Steve, and it wasn't, you know, I caught him up in a lot of areas, but Steve is the repetition. And Gene doesn't plan, and he's really been thinking about this. He said, I want to go to the museums, and I want to take art classes separate, and I want to take hip-hop classes, and I want you to teach me to swim. And we can do that together. And then I want to go to the zoo and museums with you, and I want to study the universe and things like that. You know, those are things I can teach. I can teach in units. We can start with Galileo, and that touches on history and religion and religious choices and science and the universe and a man's life who was very, very dedicated to his work. We can talk about Michelangelo. We can study the sculptures of Rodin and Rodin's life, and we can study Van Gogh and Van Gogh's life. And he can read. There are books for kids his age that he can read about these people, and he loves to read about real people. He loves non-fiction. And then I want to do some of my favorite fiction because I think he'd like it. He just won't give it a chance, but we talked about it. He's getting a computer. He's going to write a journal. His dad and I talked, and we talked about it for a very long time. And we talked to Gene privately, and he had some really not overexcited, but very quietly compelling reasons. The discussion was very gentle, and he got a little excited when he talked about how long it was going to be. He wants to do it for a year and see if he wants to go back to school. He says he'll make that decision when he's ready. And I said, if you screw off, I'm going to have to send you back. Dad says he's handling math. He can do everything up to calculus, and then I'll hire a tutor if I have to, just to get him through middle school. And then when he goes to high school, he can go to Kami High, which is community high, but they always call it Kami High. And some people think it was a school for the druggies and the dropouts, but it's not. It's for really artistic kids, or kids that... He's so artistic, and he's so talented, and he's so smart. And I watch him take that class and just, in stage combat, just try everything. Without blinking, without thinking, without me sitting next to him or standing next to him, without needing me. God, I was so proud of him. This year he's made me the proudest person on earth and the most pissed off. So Gene and I talked about it for a very long time. We decided to do it. I won't write as much. Maybe I will, you know, because I want to get into young adult writing. Get away from some of the... I'll talk about that tomorrow. Romance writing ain't what it used to be. Anyway, that's where my heart on a plate. Thanks for watching.